had to leave, these people took over,
Why didn't we hire somebody else for the summer?
because he was a college student, he worked during his summer vacation.
I'll volunteer for the job next time, so we don't have to pay $11,000.
May I ask, how much did we pay?
Wait. Yes, I know.
Dan has the floor.
There's a lot of citizens around here who are very, very capable of doing that kind of work. I have numbers of rental properties and I do it all the time. Why wasn't an ad put out for additional help?
I talked to a bunch of people, these people have done the service at the park, they do a great job.
I think they did a miserable job. Have you seen the park? Has anybody seen the park?
Yes.
We have pictures of the park back there. Would you folks like to see it? Brush piled in an area. I think that the job was terrible, and we have pictures to prove this. Is this the kind of service we're paying $11,000 for, Mr. Bone?
And I'm not gonna argue with you. This isn't for me to get questioned at. This is for him to run this as the annual meeting.
You signed the thing, who else we gonna ask questions?
Correct.
That's right.
And I just answered his question, but I'm not gonna argue with him.
It's not right.
Dan, can we move on to the next item? I'm sure there's plenty. Please. Sir?
Yes, I'd like to ask, how much?
Name and street.
Bill Stone, Lakewood Drive. My understanding is that we paid the college student $500 each time that he cut the park, is that correct?
No, it's not correct.
What did we pay him?
He was paid hourly.
And is that the amount that we paid him in here?
I don't think it's there,
Well, your name is signed to this, why is it not there?
because it's probably less than the amount that normally is put on here.
Probably less, it doesn't answer my question.
Because it's not over $2,500, and I would say it was less than $2,500.
How long did he, for how many months did he cut?
I couldn't tell you.
Who hired him?
I hired him, he worked
If
3
you don't know how long
months.
he worked? I'm asking you a question,
I just answered it.
You don't
I
know? but you hired him. And you don't know how much you paid him. Is that information available?
How much he got paid hourly?
How much you got paid in total?
I couldn't tell you. It's not on here.
I'm saying, can we find that out? I'm sure you got a W-2 for that,
Probably.
probably.
I'm not the accountant or the auditor, sir.
Bill.
You're the treasurer.
Ma'am?
Mary Firstborn, 49 Country Club Place. It sounds like people are not happy with lawn service, so we can't change what happened in the past. How about bidding it out in the future, or setting up a plan that would be satisfactory for people? We did it in our neighborhood, and doing that approach saves a lot of money and seems to produce really good results.
Can we take that as a recommendation?
I make a motion.
Ma'am?
Toby Shepherd, Fox Creek Road. I would like to know if we're paying mosquito control $14,000, why were they not over at Fox Creek?
I couldn't tell you where they are.
The question
They
was.
cover the whole township.
The question was for $14,000 and some dollars of mosquito control, why were they not in Fox Creek? My guess would be, I saw them frequently on Smalling Court and Carson Drive, and my guess would be that they were there, you just didn't happen to be home at the time. They generally, in our neighborhood, come around in the evening.
That's usually when I'm out walking my dog.
Okay, we had another question right in here. Dan?
On this mosquito control, this $14,000, does that include the salaries that we're paying somebody for the mosquito truck, and driving the truck?
I would assume that's just for the product.
Is this for the product? Is it possible to make a motion on that mosquito control? I did a survey on mosquito control, and just driving up and down the streets, it does not reach the areas that are really infested with mosquitoes, which it goes out maybe 15 or so feet, and if there's any kind of wind whatsoever, it is completely non-existent for control.
That's why they throw the tablets in on,
We
the
understand that.
line.
If you let me
one.
finish, you're interrupting me, please. I understand throwing the tablets in areas. There's an area called King's House, it's right down the street from several of us that live in the area. And they don't have the mosquito control, and they're very obnoxious in that area, and they do move around. Is there some other way that maybe we could get a mosquito control, a proper mosquito control? Because the microencapsulated droplets in that mosquito control is very, very fun. And if we use an airplane, just like they did the old crop dusting, this is one of the most efficient ways to control the mosquitoes. And I understand that West Nile virus is around, but we really do need to do a proper mosquito control system instead of just driving around town haphazardly. I haven't seen the mosquito control people coming down Judith Drive or Lakewood Drive very often either. Maybe we ought to have a route and people be able to see the route in which days they're coming. Is that possible, Mr. Bone?
You know, I think they do a great job. They're both certified, so
I didn't ask if they were doing a great job, Mr. Bone. I asked if it's possible to have a route that we know where our money is being spent and at what times they're doing the mosquito control. And they do that.
they do it different times every day, so we're not gonna put them on a strict route.
Well, what I want to ask, and Mr. Weaver didn't ask, was, on the mosquito control, nobody seems to know when they're going to go around. I want to ask if you're the supervisor and why you don't know when they're coming around.
They go around a couple times a week, they hit every neighborhood, they throw the pellets in more than a couple times a week in low-lying areas, and basically it's up to their discretion.
But you cannot say whether that's like between noon and midnight.
No, they're always doing it late at night, basically I'd say after 9 o'clock.
After 9?
Yes, because they don't want to be spraying when people are out in the neighborhoods running around, so they wait till nighttime, till late at night.
I will make sure I'm out after that time.
Okay, anything else on the?
Hey, I've noticed a lot of,
Name and where you live, please.
I live on 525 Belvedere.
And your name?
My name's Gary. But I've noticed a lot of
Gary
dead,
what?
Sturdivant.
Thank you.
I noticed a lot of dead birds after he got sprayed throughout my whole block. So it was like the following day. And they actually were dropping from the trees and stuff.
Product's been approved by the IEPA.
Okay. I just want to let you know.
Okay.
I can help answer that question for him. I have checked with the IEPA, and it is very safe, even for humans. It does not affect any wildlife, it does not affect any type of animal life whatsoever, and even human beings have absolutely no effect on them. It is specially formulated for mosquitoes.
Right.
The problem with it being is it doesn't reach the areas that it needs to reach. It's just a very small portion
Okay.
of that truck that sprays that, just along the sides of the streets, maybe 10 or 15 foot
Right.
into the yards, and most of the mosquitoes are not there. They're deep in the woods and deep in the trees and deep in their sources of water where they breed. And that's what we're not getting to.
Right.
Thank you, Dan. Anybody else?
Yes, I have a question on the page concerning the police protection fund.
We're not there. We're just calling the first fund.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a town fund. Mrs. Shebeck?
Thank you. I do have a FOIA for the summer employee for summer park work. I did FOIA free information out, and for salary and payment, and I can share that with residents if they would like. I was confused when Mr. Green gave it back. He said that there wasn't a person by that description of the summer lawn, summer landscaping, whatever. He said there was no existence, that title did not exist. And yet that was the title that Mr. Green gave me when I did the FOIA. So it is,
Okay.
don't know the hourly wage, but we can do a freedom of information on that if
Okay.
anybody would like it.
can we get a, Dan?
I'm looking at the Blue Cross Blue Shield here, $23,186.35. What insurance, or what people is that insurance?
Sal, myself, and Tricia Schmidt.
There's 3 of you on the $23,186?
No, there's actually 5 of us. Sal has him and another person, and I have myself and my son, and Tricia Schmidt has herself and 2 sons.
Why are we covering families? No,
Yeah, this is, that would be a question for a monthly meeting. We're right now trying to get through what we have, but my assumption would be that it's in contracts, and I'd suggest let's bring that up at a regular monthly meeting, can we?
Well, I hate to ask, but could I expand on that? Why is there only a few people with insurance and the other 2 ladies in the office do
Well,
not have that?
I remember covering that in a monthly meeting when we talked about who was going to get what coverage, and the answers weren't entirely satisfactory, but they were the answers.
Well, I can answer them. I mean, 2 ladies